Hi there, it's Shannon. Thanks for joining me today. I have been playing with the Sand and Sea Suite lately. That's in the January-June mini catalog from Stampin' Up. And I really love this set. I'm really enjoying creating cards with it. And here's two recent cards that I made, but I want to focus in on this one because it's absolutely gorgeous in my opinion, and it's so easy to make. So this is the card I'm going to focus on today, and I'm going to show you exactly how I put it together. The other item that we'll use to make this card is also in the mini catalog, and it's the Love You Always foil sheets that can be found on page 11. I'll link to all the supplies I use at the bottom of the video for your reference. So let's get started. So when I get 12 by 12 sheets, I always cut them down to 6 by 6 sheets. I'm a card maker and I rarely have need for a 12 by 12 sheet. And I just find from a storage perspective, I have a really good system for storing 6 by 6 DSPs. And so I tend to just go ahead and do that for all of my DSP paper that I get in. So I've taken a piece of the foil sheet, the silver foil sheet, and I've cut it down to 4 1/4 by 6 in this case. And I'm going to run it through my Big Shot machine using the folder that comes with the suite. So I'm just going to run that through quickly. And look at how beautiful that is. Can you see that detail? It is so pretty. So once we run it through our embossing folder, we're then going to die cut it out. So Stampin' Up's made it really easy. I think this is really clever on their part. They actually made a die that works with the embossing folder. So you literally just line it up in the grooves. And I'm just going to use a bit of purple tape to hold it in place. And then we're going to cut that out. Now, if you don't have purple tape, washi tape also works really well for holding your dies in place and not ripping your paper. But you don't have to use anything at all. It's just something that I tend to do. So we run that through our machine. There we go. Look at how gorgeous this is. Isn't that beautiful? Okay, so there's our front piece. Now we'll set that aside. And next we're going to go into our Sand and Sea DSP pack. And for the background of my card, these are all double-sided sheets. So for this card in particular, I just chose one of the sheets that has the pink and yellow. Here it is here. It has the pinks and white seashells on one side, and then it has the pink and yellow kind of sand wash on the other. And I cut this down. So my piece is 6 by 6, so I'm going to cut 1 inch off of each side to make it 4 inches wide. And then we want it to be 5 1/4. So 4 by 5 1/4 is this piece. And then we're going to use some liquid adhesive to glue our die cut piece onto our DSP. See? Now I'm just using some white Tombow glue that I've repurposed into another bottle. And I like using the liquid adhesive for this. I find that it holds better. And it also gives you a little bit of time to kind of move your die cut around to make sure you have it in the spot that you want it. The nice thing about this die cut is that you can also cut it apart and use the different shells separately, which I've done on the other card actually that I showed you earlier. You don't have to use it all as one piece. So there we go, that's pretty good. So we're just going to kind of eyeball that onto the center. Our DSP. Go. Okay, so then next we're going to cut a piece of Sahara sand cardstock. Now I've cut this down already to 5.5 by 4.25, and I'm just going to trim it down ever so slightly to form a match. So about 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. Just a tiny trim. And we're going to glue that. We want to rather glue our DSP onto that. Grab some. Okay, we're just going to eyeball it. I just find it so hard to line things up whenever I'm on camera. When I'm not on camera, it's not a problem, but okay, there we go. Okay, isn't that beautiful? So we'll set that aside. Now with another piece of the Sahara sand cardstock, I'm going to cut this piece down to the 4 by 5.25. And then I'm going to use, what's it called? I should have had this out. The stitched nested labels. So I'm going to use, this would be the is it the 4th or 3rd smallest size? 4th, the 4th smallest size. Yeah. And you want to line this up as much as you can into the top left corner of your cardstock piece. And you'll see why we do this in a moment. Okay, so hopefully I'm not going too much off camera there. Okay, does that look pretty good? Okay, and we're going to run that through our machine. There we go. So now you have two pieces. You have your, we'll say your big piece and your little piece. There we go. That makes it easy. Now, for now we can set this larger piece aside for the moment, and we'll focus on this smaller piece. And I went with the saying from the stamp set that says, friends are like seashells. You collect them along the way. And we're going to stamp that with some Memento ink. onto our little piece of cardstock. Again, try not to get my head into the video. There we go. Isn't that cute? Friends are like seashells. We collect them along the way. You can set that aside. And now we can add this to our card front as well. Just using some snail adhesive to do this, but the liquid glue works really well too for this. And say right about there. How does that look? Yep, I think we're good. Okay, so for our card base, I'm using an A2 size Whisper White. Sorry, not Whisper White anymore, Basic White. A2 size Basic White cardstock, and that's going to be the base of our card. So before we put the front on, we're actually going to cheat and do the inside. So that's where this piece comes in. So we are going to adhere this to the inside of our card, and I'll just show you really quickly. And then we have our little greeting on the inside. So no waste on this card. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this in. There we go. Okay. And then the sentiment I'm going to use on the inside is happy birthday to my beautiful friend. Another block for that. And again, we'll use the Memento ink. Make sure you get it inked up really well. Now, the nice thing about this is if you don't get it straight, you could just cut out a piece of white cardstock and put it right over top. So there we go. The inside of our card is done. Now we'll add our card front. Telling you guys, it's so easy, eh? And to finish it off, we are almost done. To finish it off, where did I put them? Oh, they're right in front of me. We are going to use some of the opal rounds from the sweets to add a little bit of bling to our card. You just randomly add these wherever you think they suit. Put one there. There, there. Maybe we can add a couple more up here. And that's it. There we go, guys. How quick and easy is that? I love embossing using this embossing folder on this foil cardstock. I think the effect is just gorgeous. And you can do this with so many of the patterns that are in the DSP pack. You could also do some ink blending for your background. Lots of possibilities. So that's it. Thank you for joining me today. If you like this video, please let me know by hitting the like button below, and feel free to leave me a comment. I'd love to hear from you. All right. Thanks guys, and take care. Till next time. Bye.